give to me with your advice, you're so wise. What's on your mind, what's on your mind? Just hit my line, you know it's that time. Don't cry, baby, you'll survive. Everybody gets down. If I gotta take control, you know I can never weigh you. Girl, my only fear is that one day you won't be here to hold me. If I gotta take control, you know I can never weigh you. No, you're not the only one who feels. Everybody gets down.
Welcome to the Kroc School of Peace Studies. Please take your seats. Our programming is about to begin.
Like a magnet on me. I don't care what they say. We can do it our way.
Please welcome to the stage the Dean of the Kroc School of Peace Studies, Dr. Darren Q.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Where are my graduates? Let me hear from you. Woohoo! Oh my God, did you think you would make it? Yeah, that's not, I don't know. I'm hearing some different voices over there. Okay, good. Well, congratulations, all of you. This is an amazing evening for all of us. We are so proud of you. I can't tell you, I think I speak on behalf of all the faculty, just how incredible it has been to work with you this last year and 2 years in some of your cases, some of you a little bit longer. And we are just so happy. I want to welcome all of you here, family, friends. Folks are also watching us live streaming around the world. This is our third annual awards ceremony, so welcome, welcome. Many of you have heard me talking a lot lately about our external review we had just recently, which is a bit of a report card on the school. And I can't remember the exact quote. Faculty helped me on this. I think they said we are the most epic school on the planet, or the most fire school. Was that it? Yeah, something like that. The most incredible school in the Western Hemisphere. Something along those lines. And of course, our incredible faculty, staff, fellows are an important part of this, but the heart of why this place is so special is you, our students. You really give this place the energy and the fire and make it epic for what it is. And it has been an incredible honor and pleasure for us to work with you this year, and we are extremely grateful for all of you. And I think I want to step back and just reflect upon this year for a moment, because I think all of us know this has been a year full of challenges for all of us in so many different ways. And in some ways, this graduating class faces a unique set of challenges in the world right now that other graduating classes have not. But I step back and I think about just how amazing you are, and I think of all the different skills and energy that you brought to the school this year, and I walk away feeling tremendously hopeful and confident about where this world is going. But I want you to promise me 3 things, if you would, before you go. The first thing I want you to promise, and if you agree, say yes. The first thing I'd like you to promise me is when things do get rough and you run into challenges out there and need to bounce some ideas around, that you will contact the faculty, staff, or me here at the Kroc School. Can you do that? Yes. Okay, good. Second promise I'd like you to make for me is I'd like to hear that if one of you is in need of something, I want to hear that 2 other graduates reached out to help that graduate in need. Can you promise me that? Yes. Okay, good. Third promise I'd like to hear from all of you is I'd like you to reflect for a second on that energy and that desire, that voice that led you to us in the first place. And I want you to promise me you're going to trust that voice as you move forward. Can you promise me that? Yes. Thank you. I think that with those 3 promises, I've got full confidence in all of your ability to go out there and to change this world. And I promise you, on behalf of the Kroc School, that we continue to stand with you. This is a family now, your family, and just like family, sometimes family, we might say things, we do things a little bit like at that holiday party that makes you wonder, but most of the time, you're going to be proud to be connected with us. We want you to come back. We want you to continue to stay connected with us. We need your good ideas. We need your energy. We need your hope to keep us moving as we go forward. And before I move on, I really think it's so important. I would like to actually just take a moment, if you don't mind. I'm going to do my Oprah thing here. And I was told I can't hop. So I want to come down here. And I'd like some of you just to share with us a bit. What was the most important moment for you over the last year while you were with us at the Kroc School? Or maybe what was the most important thing that you learned this year? Reflect for a moment. Anybody want to share something? A really important moment for you or something incredible that you learned? What do you think? Don't leave me hanging. Come on, I know you people aren't shy. Somebody want to start me off? Yes, thank you.
Okay, I didn't have time to think about how to articulate this before I was urged to raise my hand. I don't know about that. But for me, I entered this journey as a full-time single mom, and throughout the curriculum, the mentorship of the faculty, and in particular, the practicum, I completely transformed my relationship with motherhood for the better.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, somebody else ready? What do you think? Don't be embarrassed. Don't be shy. Yes, please.
Well, same here. Not prepared for this, but I would like to first thank you all at Kroc School and family members and friends, because some of the things that stood out, like it was never giving up, because like there was moments that I wanted to give up, and really I learned just how strong we can be and just moving on. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and for sticking together, all of you. Somebody else want to? Yes, please. Okay. Romeo, would you hand this behind you? Right there.
Hi. I guess I share with Krista the feeling of doing a master's degree with kids. It's just like huge challenge. And I also wanted to quit many times throughout the 2 years that I was here. I was so many times I wanted to just give up. What kept me going was the support of my professors. I feel like that support that we always had throughout the whole program, and then the connection that you are able to make with everyone, I feel like they just kept me going, and just like knowing that they would always have my back. I'm taking that with me, so thank you all for being there always.
Okay.
Firstly, it's never too late to learn. That's one thing I learned. The other thing is it's challenging as a full-time professional to take on this course, but my colleagues were kind of quite inspiring, supportive. For me, the standout was the final intervention design I did with my colleagues in Arizona, which was it was kind of what we learned trying to practice that in the field was completely different, and that was transformative. Very useful learning.
Excellent, thank you. Thank you, okay, good. Okay, family and friends, you have to understand this is a central part of the method in peace studies. We're a very talkative bunch, so we love to share here. Here.
I think something I've been reflecting on is that we're all craving connection in some capacity. I think we can all connect to that feeling. And I think this school has really allowed us to build an amazing community with people, a community where we learn from each other and just learn with each other and grow with each other. And it's felt super supportive in that way. And I feel better coming out of it knowing I've got a community like this. So.
Okay, we got time for one or two more before Bianca gets very angry with me. Go ahead.
Okay, I finally thought about what I wanted to say. But I think just coming back from my recent practicum experience and just feeling so connected to the people there, even though there was like a language barrier, it taught me that it's not about what you do, but who you are, and how you show up every day is so important. And that as humans, like, we all just want to love and connect with each other, like Beth said. So I just really want to carry that into my life and just continue to show up as my best self. Yeah.
I love it. One last here? Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, so for me as an international student and somebody who was much more at a later stage of my career, when I was coming in, I was thinking about what value I wanted to get out of the program. So for me, it was beyond the content of the curriculum. It was about being in rooms with people of diverse experiences, diverse cultures, because I felt that would enrich my experience. And looking back, I would say I got that in two ways. So one is, especially being in the MASHA program, you're in the room with people who care about different kinds of social problems. So it expanded my mind to, in addition to the usual suspects of health, climate, poverty, or whatever, I was like, oh, people care about, there's many other things to care about. So that was one, expanding my mind. And then also just like giving me hope in humanity, like there are people all over the world who care about these things and they want to do something about it. So yeah, I'm happy with the experience I got. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, this is great. Thank you, all of you. I think all of you, I can see we're warming up now. I saw a few more hands going up. So I see one in the back too. So I want to thank all of you again. I think you all see why this place gives us so much energy. These folks are real stars, and it's a real privilege. I see we have a future graduate 20 years from now. What do you think? We're signing you up? Yeah? Okay, I'm supposed to go this way. Okay. So graduates, congratulations again. One last request. Tomorrow morning, I have to read some text when I confer upon you your degrees. But when I call out you to stand up, I need you all to make as much noise as possible. You are our largest graduating class ever. And we are, yes. I think it's time we show the rest of this university what we can do, huh? So, all right. Thank you, all of you, and congratulations again. As you can see, I've already hogged up too much time. I'm just so proud to be connected to all of you and to be able to work with you the course of this year. And I'm so looking forward to going forward with you and staying connected. With that, please welcome my colleague, Francis Laviscount, the Director for Academic Affairs, to tell us a bit about what's happening from here. Francis, you want to come join us?
Thank you all so much. So good afternoon, Kroc 2025 graduates, family, friends, faculty, and staff. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Frances Laviscount, and I'm the Assistant Dean of Academic Affairs for the Kroc School, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to our third annual awards ceremony and graduation celebration. Today, we honor the incredible accomplishments of our graduating class of 2025 for their resilience, their commitment to peace, justice, humanitarian action, and social innovation, and for their many contributions to this amazing community. This is a time to celebrate not only what you have achieved academically, but also who you've become as change makers at the Kroc School. So I celebrate you as bold and courageous change makers. So I ask everyone to join me in a rousing applause for our 2025 graduates. Congratulations, congratulations. Okay, I'm also here to do some logistics. So as we begin this afternoon's programming, just a few logistics to help you settle in. We have restrooms just outside the side doors into the back of the building. If you need ushers to guide you, they're available. We have a photographer here who will capture our precious memories, and so you can have access to that and share with family and friends. This event, as the Dean mentioned, is also being live streamed, so for those who couldn't be with us today. Now, a quick overview of what you can expect this afternoon, which you can follow along in your program, or there's a QR code. Maybe we can get that slide up with a QR code so folks can download it on their phone. This portion of the event will run until 6 p.m. We'll try to get you out sooner, but we have a jam-packed schedule. It will include presentations for our graduating class by academic program, reflection and remarks from our graduating students, representatives, presentation of awards to recognize academic excellence and outstanding community engagement. And finally, a wonderful reception in our beautiful Garden of the Sky, where you're all invited to gather, mingle, and enjoy good food and celebrate. So, without further ado, I welcome Dr. Paula Cadero to the stage, the Program Director for the Masters in Social Innovation.
Good afternoon, MASI graduates. Today we celebrate more than a completion of a master's degree. We mark the beginning of something deeper and more enduring, your journey as the purposeful leaders in a complex world. The words of bell hooks come to mind. What we do is more important than what we say or what we say we believe. That quote feels especially fitting in this moment. Throughout the MASI program, you've grappled with big ideas and complex systems. You have explored models of change, challenged assumptions, and designed new paths. But MASI has never been about ideas alone. It has always been about action, about living our values out loud. Bell hooks reminds us that belief without action is just theory. But when we act our values, what we build, serve, advocate, when we build, serve, advocate, and lead, we become the change makers that our communities need. If you're launching a social enterprise, influencing policy, building coalitions, or shifting culture within existing systems, you are doing, and that doing matters. So as you step into what comes next, May your actions speak louder than your credentials. May your courage outpace your comfort. And may your work ripple outward, rooted in justice, compassion, and creativity. Felicitaciones. Congratulations, Massey graduates. We are so proud of you, and we are even more inspired by what you will do. So on that note, let me invite the Massey faculty and the Massey students up to take a photo.
Thank you. Snuck up on you, didn't I? So I'm super proud and happy to welcome the 2025 cohort of Masters of Science in Conflict Management and Resolution. Or, as we know them here, the MSCMR cohort. And I'm the director of the program, so I happen to be standing here to introduce you all. One thing I learned over these years about MSCMR is that no two cohorts are remotely alike. I look around the room and I see a doctor, a pilot, a yoga instructor, a journalist, and congressional staffer who is not here in the room, but is in your cohort, and so on and so forth. And last year's cohort looked nothing like you. Nothing. And next year's will also look nothing like you. So that's really the uniqueness about this program, but also there is something strangely common about you all. And this is the program that attracts year after year after year extremely courageous people who look at the problems around the world and don't walk by. They instead stop, think, and decided that it's their problem to solve somehow. Now, if you don't mind, I will briefly tell a personal story. When I was around 30, I decided to give up a pretty serious business career and learn English, move to the US, and study peace. Really, my whole family thought I'm crazy and I made a big career problem, a mistake. They also thought I'll be very lonely and not find community in a new country and a new field. Now, I'm very happy to report that they were dead wrong on both accounts. I had lots of ups and downs, and probably you'll have too, but I never regretted my choice. But more importantly, I found my community. Because as I learned, there are dozens and hundreds of people that I meet every year who are willing to make the same career leap that I made, leave everything behind, and jump into something new. And importantly, these are people who, as I said over and over, see a problem that nobody was able to solve, and somehow think that they are the one who's going to solve it. You risk it all, but somehow you make career out of it. So when I'm asked sometimes what is the career path out of MSCMR program, I say there is not one, but there are many. Each of us is extremely unique. Each of us brings a lot of different things to the table. But one thing I'm not worried about you at all. You are courageous, you are smart, you know exactly what you are doing. We will each make a different career, but somehow it will be amazing. So I very much look forward to what comes next. I look forward to be your colleague. Love you all. And once again, please welcome to the scene the faculty and the graduate of the MSCMR program. Come over.
Hey all, so great to see you all assembled here. We all wear many hats at this school. Not literally, anyway. But what the hat I'm wearing invisibly right now is that of the MASHA director, the director for the MS in Humanitarian Action Program. We are the most invisible program, although they actually do exist, and I point to our current graduates as proof of this fact. In flesh and blood. You also don't see many of our faculty members because they are deployed around the world doing, oftentimes doing things. So I'm really happy that we have as many graduates as we have here, but they actually, each of them represents 1.5 other people who are not in the room. We launched the the Master of Science in Humanitarian Action, the MASHA program, in fall of 2022. It was our first and still only fully online program, and we knew that we had to do something special with it. So we set out to create a degree that would, on the one hand, balance sort of rigorous social science, it was a Master of Science, with know-how. It's a degree in humanitarian action. Also, we wanted to sort of foster a holistic understanding of the humanitarian field, grounded in the dignity and the value of each human life. We wanted to teach conflict transformation processes. I really feel like this is phasing. And because you did come to a school of peace studies after all. We wanted to break down what we consider to be sort of outdated boundaries between international humanitarianism and domestic emergency response, and we wanted to leverage the complex realities that we here live on the border between the US and Mexico every day. We wanted to deliver all of that through a experiential online learning platform that was grounded in hopefully access, in-person synchronous access to our world-class instructors all around the world, to real-world case studies, to an online collaborative platform for professional reflection and sharing, and then a custom-built virtual humanitarian simulation. So our graduates now have been through all of that. The result is a program that is still evolving, but it's maturing fast, it's growing fast. It is now, it was this time last year, we were 35 enrolled, now we are over 50. I think that is testament, you know, yes, in part to the many people who make the program work. It's also a testament to the urgency of the work. There are 120 million displaced people around the world. There are nearly 735 million people who suffer from chronic hunger. There are wars that are ongoing, raging in Ukraine, in Sudan, in Gaza. I see Kafia's around. So, and many other places that don't get as many as much attention as they deserve. So, and that all sounds dispiriting, but I remain hopeful, deeply hopeful, honestly. And one of the reasons I'm hopeful is the caliber of the students that are coming out of this program. I think that we have done, if there any indication, a really wonderful job of not just meeting the demand for professional, compassionate, capable humanitarians, but also hopefully influencing a future humanitarian field. So congratulations to each of you. Please join me in welcoming to the stage the class of 2025. That's still me. I didn't even introduce myself. I'm Topher McDougall, everybody. So I'm also like switching hats. I'm the director of the MAPJ program. Welcome all. So the MAPJ program, the Master of Arts in Peace and Justice program, is our longest running program at the school. It actually predates the formation of the school itself. It was founded back in 2001, I believe. So it's turning 24. It's almost a quarter century old, which is great. It's crazily, it's like now as old as many of our students are, which really weirds me out. Like any 24-year-old, it is still asking big questions, but I think that it is, and it's still kind of exploring its place in the world, but it is also maturing. It's growing in confidence. It's finding a deeper sense of purpose, I think. And I like to think of it as our flagship program, not just for its longevity, but also because of how it anchors and it connects various aspects of the Kroc Schools vision. It's really interdisciplinary by design. It invites students into this sort of 360-degree panorama of the peace-building field, and it invites them to craft their own peace-building pathways. It's it's our most generalist degree, and I think that that's really its greatest strength, and it's for that reason that the MAPJ program has essentially birthed, like kind of by parthenogenesis, all of our other programs, because it sort of produced students who were who pushed us to develop greater expertise in law and in conflict resolution and in humanitarian action and in conflict resolution. So our MAPJ graduates, they leave here as mediators and as policymakers and as organizers and researchers. We have a growing number of folks who've gone into doctoral programs and now graduated from those, advocates, we have, and many more. They leave with practical skills, but also the incredible courage that they came in with to chart their own pathways. I hope an enhanced sense of empathy and all around just a stronger capacity to lead in a fractured world. So it's been a real honor for me to learn alongside them. Please welcome to the stage the class of 2025 MAPJ.
Hi, everybody. Well, the day finally arrived, right? This is fantastic. Well, now we're going to go through the best part of this afternoon because we're going to be listening from the students. So, you know, every year each program elects the class representative, and we're going to be listening from each one of them. And first, my phone is telling me that I have taken a hard fall. I don't know why. But anyways, we're going to listen again from from a student that is representative voted from each one of the programs. And we're also going to hear from the president of the Student Association, Kelsey. Where is Kelsey? Oh, there. You were fooling me because you were sitting there. All right. I want to make a special mention about Kelsey because she not only is an extraordinary student, and she not only did a tremendous job as president of the Student Association, but Paul and I had the experience a couple of weeks ago to travel to Spain with 12 C-level executives. We went there to visit the Mondragon Cooperative and to visit corporations that are really balancing, you know, the profit motive with social and environmental factors. It was an incredible experience. But as you can imagine, traveling with 12 C-level executives. Doctor, you're right, there's something wrong with this. And two professors, and one of them, me, that was much attention to something called time, is quite a challenge. And Kelsey proved to be an incredible organizer, managing 12 kids in elementary school. No? Okay, let's see. So yeah, it's even worth 12 kids from elementary school, as you can imagine. But Kelsey not only had an incredible capacity to organize, but she demonstrated something that I have said in my leadership classes, and that's the difference between formal authority and the emergence of a true leader. And what happened during that week is that Paula and I, we didn't play the role of leaders. Even though we had the formal authority, the leadership emerged, and she took the leadership position. And all the participants, when they had an issue, or they had a problem, or they wanted to know what would happen next, they said, Kelsey, can you tell us? So that's what real leadership is all about. And I saw that happening, and I'm super proud and thankful, because without you, that program would not have happened. So I invite you to the stage to tell us a few words.
We'll try it this way. Maybe. Hello, everybody. My name is Kelsey, and I've had the honor of being the student body president, graduate student. Really is something up here, all right. Student association president. Kroc goes really long with the names. It's like Masters in Conflict Management and Resolution, and now we have another long name. But it's really been an honor to get to work alongside all of you for the last 2 years. I feel like most speeches these days begin with, we're living in unprecedented times. And while, yes, there's certainly a lot unfolding in our world, there's also an abundance of continuity, both beautiful and challenging. Many of the unique classes at Kroc, I've come to realize that it's less about the times themselves and about how we choose to move through them. We've each been gifted with an incredible education, one grounded in professors that are deeply committed to our collective learning and hold true intention for each of us to grow and expand our thinking. One of the most consistent things I've experienced at my time here, just as common as the phrase unprecedented times, is a strong sense of collectiveness. I've witnessed students show up in so many beautiful ways, starting new educational groups to share their passions, hosting movie nights, leading deep discussions, or creating casual gatherings that simply invite us to come as we are. The kindness and support that flow through these hallways and live in our classrooms is real. And that kind of space doesn't just happen. It takes all of us choosing to show up, to care, and to build something better together. And that isn't easy. We're graduating from a peace and justice school in a moment where our systems, educational, governmental, economic, are breaking under the weight of their own inequities. Genocides are unfolding with international complicity. Economic inequality is deepening while billionaires are building bunkers. People are burned out, priced out, locked out, and they're still showing up. The people in power, they're not fixing it right now. And in many cases, they're making it worse. And so the weight of this change, impossibly heavy and entirely necessary, falls on us. We're stepping into a world that looks drastically different from the one we imagined when we started this program. The task ahead of us, to create change, to work for peace and justice in a world that feels like it's spiraling a bit, feels monumental. It can feel overwhelming. Some of us have lost job offers. Some of us are navigating new borders, broken policies, shifting rules. The paths that we have planned have disappeared in the blink of an eye. And the reality can feel frustrating, scary, deeply unfair. And yet we are still here. We're adapting, we're reimagining, and we're moving forward. What I've witnessed here is an extraordinary ability to pivot, to adapt, and to carry on, and to embrace our individual agency. We may not be walking into our dream jobs, but we can sure decide how we show up in those jobs. The micro decisions we make every day, how we speak, how we listen, how we lead, those do lead to change. It's not as much of how we do, it's not as much of what we do, but how we do it. And as we depart from the Kroc School, I feel confident that each of us will adventure into the unknown with deep knowledge, critical thinking, zest, and a bit of magic. And speaking of magic, I want to share something that I've shared with a few of you before, but it felt worth repeating. When I was growing up, my sister had an enthusiastic love for all things magic. And every year at St. Patty's Day, the anticipation of the magical world was at an all-time high. As the older sister, I was too old to believe in magic myself, but I found so much joy in being the magic creator. The house would explode with tiny notes from fairies and leprechauns, green footprints, and a ridiculous amount of glitter. And as the holiday would fade, the undiscovered glitter remained. Middle of summer, explosion of glitter in the sock drawer. New peanut butter jar, explosion of glitter under the lid. Thank you. It was endless and quite amazing that one day out of the entire year could supply the whole year, 365 days with sparkle. In our own way, I think we've done the same thing here. Maybe that's better if I stand here. We've worked, we've learned, and we've grown together. And through that, we've refilled our own glitter supplies. And now each of us will go into the world, and as we do, we'll sprinkle magic everywhere we go. And maybe, one day, as we're going about our lives, you'll look down and you'll spot a glimmer of glitter from your own journey, or maybe from a classmate's, and you'll be reminded of what we built here. Each of us has magic to share with the world. I can't wait to run into your magic as I'm out exploring. Thank you.
See, I told you, listening to the students is fantastic. It's magic. Okay, so now we're going to listen from 4 other students from each one of the programs. So the first one is no other than Janada, better known as Helen Ong. Please come to stage. Practice.
Hi everybody, this is so surreal. Before I say anything else, I want to say this, the Kroc School was my dream school. It was my first choice, even when I got into places like Notre Dame, if you know French, Notre Dame, American University and Eastern Mennonite. I knew in my gut this was where I needed to be, and I was right. And I had one hell of a time in the best and messiest ways here. This cohort, this journey, it gave me more than I ever expected. It did not just teach me about peace building, and I think Francis said it earlier, it helped me become someone new. But I'll be honest, there were moments I wondered if I truly belonged here. Coming from Burma, also known as Myanmar, stepping into a new country, a new system, surrounded by brilliant minds, I questioned myself a lot. Do I belong here, in this country, in this field, in this future I'm trying to build? And I know I'm not the only one who's felt that way. And maybe you have those moments too, where you looked around and wondered if you were enough, if you were smart enough, experienced enough, loud enough to be heard. I wanted to share this quote that I learned, or the person that I highly look up to, President Obama, in a podcast, and it stayed with me. He said, and I quote, "Do not let people think that you do not belong. Once you sit at these tables, at these fancy places, with folks with fancy titles, when you talk to them, they ain't all that. The idea that somehow they're so special, so smart, so sophisticated. Not really. They've been exposed. They've been given the confidence of feeling like they belong. When you sit down and talk to them, turns out they're just folk. We're not here by accident. We have earned every inch of this space. We've been shaped by struggle, by story, by survival. And we've poured all of that into this program, into our papers, our projects, our conversations, and our community. MAPJ class of 2025, you are brilliant, you are bold, you are builders of peace in a world that so desperately needs it. So as you walk into job interviews, offices, boardrooms, courtrooms, wherever life takes you, take up space. Not to prove yourself, but because you already do. They're just folk. And you belong. MAPJ 2025, thank you for letting me learn, cry, fight, and grow beside you. Let's get out there and make peace that doesn't ask for permission. Thank you very much.
You probably have heard me say, because I have said this many times, that one of the joys of being a teacher is that you learn as much from your students as you think that you are teaching them. And I will never forget, that in my leadership class, we were studying a case study from Myanmar, from Burma. And not only me, but the whole class learned so much because we had you in the class. So that was a fantastic experience that I will never forget. Thank you for that contribution. Okay, now we have the MASI representative, no other than Michaela Ross. Where are you, Michaela? There you are.
Class of 2025, we're graduating into a world that feels like it's coming apart at the seams. You can turn on the news, scroll through your feed, talk to anyone on the street, the message is clear. Everything is broken, nothing works, and somehow we're all just supposed to accept it. But here's what excites me about the students, professor, and administration in this room. We don't just accept things, we challenge them. We ask, what if it could be different, and then we go and make it so. Over just this year, we faced the realities of a world in crisis. We studied mass displacement, where over 100 million people were forced from home by war, poverty, or climate. We explored a global mental health crisis where therapy and healing is a privilege and loneliness lingers in a hyper-connected world. We witnessed the erosion of trust in institutions and systems and the fragility of democracy at home and abroad. We are witness to a genocide and an ethnic cleansing where atrocities are unfolding in real time and too often met with silence. But through all these crises, here at the Kroc School, we unlearned a lot too. We unlearned the need to perform. We unlearned the belief that rest is laziness or impact only looks like a headline. We unlearned the ideas that leadership has to be loud. But some of the most powerful leaders I know in this room lead through compassion, consistency, knowledge, and quiet courage. We learned to ask better questions. We redefined power. We recognize that sometimes the most radical thing you can do is pause, listen, and reflect, and then build something the world doesn't yet know it needs. That's what the MASI program taught us, not just to change systems, but to humanize them. Not just to innovate, but to center people in the process. And now here we are. There are no more assignments except the ones you give yourself. No more deadlines except the ones that actually matter. And maybe that's terrifying, really terrifying to me. But maybe it's also freedom. So the question isn't whether we're ready. The real question is the world ready for us? Because the classmates I know care more about being effective than being first. They're the people who build with their hands and their hearts. They're the people who go and do the work. They're the people who hold space. They're the people who break generational cycles. And they're the people who ask questions that demand better answers. Let's do it not just because we have to, but because we cannot imagine doing it. To my Massey family, thank you. You taught me that the quiet revolution won't start someday, it starts now. As my dad always says, protect your brand, because if you don't, who will? Congratulations, 2025. Get back to work.
You know, Michaela was one of those students that I had in several classes, and she always sat in the same place. And she selected the left corner at the end of the class. And I always wonder why she did that until I think I discovered it. Because she was also one of the few students that never, ever had the computer open. Or even worse, the phone and looking at the phone. She was looking at the class dynamics all the time. And she didn't speak much, but when she did, oh my God, that was profound what she said. So, thank you. All right. Okay, now we're going to listen from the representative of the Master of Arts in Conflict Resolution, Rowan Hebbs-Kinney.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's an honor to be here with you today to reflect not just on what we've accomplished, but on what it's meant to do this work together, even when the odds feel impossibly stacked against us. I want to begin by naming that we are gathered on unceded Kumeyaay land. This land holds its own history of harm and resistance. The ongoing colonization, genocide, and land theft of Indigenous peoples continues to shape every system we seek to transform. And as future peace builders, that history must live in us. We cannot claim to build justice without knowing where we stand, who was displaced to make way for our institutions, and what repair might actually require. So I ask now that we take a brief moment of silence to honor the Kumeyaay people and all Indigenous communities whose lands we occupy, whose stories we carry, and whose liberation is bound to our own. We arrived at the Kroc School during a time of deep precarity, polarization, and pain, none of which show signs of dissipating anytime soon. In just these past 2 years, we've witnessed the violent rise of fascism and white supremacy, the resurgence of authoritarian regimes, and countless atrocities, including the relentless genocide in Gaza, a crisis that demands our attention, our outrage, and our action. We've seen student protesters criminalized, detained, and even deported for calling for justice. We've watched institutions try to suppress truth in the name of safety. And yet, here we are, not untouched by the grief of this moment, but galvanized by it. And so we've asked hard questions about systems, about ourselves, and about what kind of peace work we actually want and feel called to do. We've faced ourselves in ways many people go their entire lives avoiding. This program has not just taught us how to manage conflict, it has taught us to confront the very systems that produce it. Systems that will not change unless we, those of us in this room, commit relentlessly to the work of dismantling them. And that dismantling must begin within ourselves, with our own unlearning, with our own willingness to disrupt patterns of silence, complicity, and comfort. Anti-racist practice, trauma-informed care, sustainable solutions, these are not just frameworks. They are daily commitments. They are muscle memory we build over time. They are choices we make in rooms where it would be easier to stay quiet. Together, we can continue to cultivate spaces where theory is grounded in lived experience, where scholarship demands urgency, and where we can hold each other through the inevitable missteps and setbacks along the way. So today, we celebrate. We celebrate our resilience, our brilliance, the crocodiles finally winning a soccer game. And we celebrate all of you, the people who kept us standing when we were ready to rip our hair out and throw it all away for one good night of sleep. But let this also be a call to action, because we didn't just gain degrees, we gained a responsibility. It's a privilege to study conflict in a classroom. That privilege demands action. It demands discomfort. It demands we use every bit of what we've learned to resist shallow peace and insist on something messier, something deeper, something real. Because peace is not passive. Peace is not polite. Peace requires courage, confrontation, and yes, reparations. We are peace builders. We are troublemakers. We are facilitators of reckoning. And the work doesn't start when we leave here. It started long before we arrived, and it continues with us. Congratulations, Kroc Class of 2025. Let's get to work.
Thank you. Well, now we have our last speaker, student speaker of this evening, the MASHA, the representative of the MASHA program. And this one I can pronounce the last name quite well. Heather Fuenmayor.
Good evening, everyone. I'm honored to speak on behalf of the MASHA class. When I first joined the MASHA program, I had a rather naive view of humanitarian action that could fit into a nice small box. I thought I was going to save the world, I was going to give people food and clean water, and everything would be better. Wow, was I in for a rude awakening. Humanitarian action is so much more. It's about addressing systemic issues, empowering communities, listening to migrant voices, centering locally led solutions, and building resilience. Many of us came to this program for various reasons, but I can confidently say that at the core, there is a deep desire to help our fellow humans and to ease suffering. In the MASHA program, we covered complex issues such as gender-based violence, malnutrition, climate change, and even harm caused by well-intentioned aid efforts, as this field is certainly not perfect. We spent countless hours on such topics grappling with ethical dilemmas, and yet somehow we were just supposed to turn our brains off and go to sleep when we finished our assignments. Still, we remained committed. We had deadlines every Friday and every Monday, and we had to get very comfortable with accepting the fact that sometimes there is no perfect answer, all while juggling jobs, children, illness, or simply navigating the chaos of life. And still, we did it. And I don't believe it's a coincidence that we are graduating with this degree during such turbulent times. We've spent 2 years expanding our understanding, challenging systems, and searching for sustainable solutions. Now it's time to act. I'm deeply grateful to the faculty, our incredible instructors, and this program for shaking my worldview in the best possible way. MASHA, class of 2025, if you take away one thing from this speech, let it be this: your work is important, and no matter what is happening politically, this world desperately needs people like you.
Good evening. I am Professor Patricia Marquez, and it is a joy and a pride to be here, shifting gears to the award segment. I'm looking for some drums. Where are they? We are here. Thank you. We're here to celebrate and to honor not just impressive academic achievement. We're here also to celebrate your passion, your perseverance, your purpose, which we know, as many of your professors have said and many of you have mentioned in your speeches, is what is required to change the world today. So we begin with the Excellence in Writing Awards, which recognize the power of words to inspire, to inform, and ignite change. These awards celebrate outstanding work in short form, long form, and published writing. Testament to this graduating class' intellectual rigor and creative spirit. We will also present the MASHA Academic Excellence Award, which honors exceptional performance in the Humanitarian Action Program. Work rooted in empathy, courage, and a commitment to human dignity. Next, we will turn to the best student portfolios from the MAPJ, CMR, and MASI programs. I know how much you love those portfolios. But these are not just academic artifacts. These are windows into your journey, your questions, your solutions, and the impact that you seek to achieve. We will conclude by honoring the spirit that defines the community through 4 recognitions. The Patricia Marquez Social Innovation Award. Yeah, they said, oh, there she goes with social innovation, competing with Paula, the social innovation, here we go. So you're getting an award, somebody is. We also have the John Patterson Humanitarian Promise Award. And for those of you who do not know who he is, you can read in the booklet, but he is an alumnus of the Kroc School, I think it's 2013, who has gone on to do impressive, outstanding work in humanitarian affairs. The Nesha Shirgi Civic Engagement Award in recognition to our Professor Emerita, Professor Shirgi. She represents the scholar practitioner that we have at the Kroc School, not only leading us and inspiring many of you, not today, not yesterday, but for many years. And we have also the Joan B. Kroc Distinguished Graduate Award. Do I need to do list too? It's like the magic touch. Each of you has made your mark in classrooms and communities through research and action, in moments of challenge and in hope. You have contributed meaningfully to peace and justice, social innovation, conflict transformation, and humanitarian work. Your dedication has not only enriched the Kroc School, it will continue to shape the world. Congratulations on reaching this extraordinary milestone. You have gained knowledge and the power to lead with integrity and imagination. And now, I'm going to welcome an amazing writer from the Kroc School, an incredible professor, Professor Dustin Sharp, to the stage to present the recipients of the Excellence in Writing Awards.
Excellence in writing. We value writing because that's clear writing reflects a clear mind. And that kind of clarity of communication is really important to all kinds of forms of activism and peace building. So first up is a long form piece, which is a piece of writing that is long, by which we mean more than 1,500 words. So in a world of tweets and memes, this is basically like Tolstoy's War and Peace. So this year's Tolstoy Award goes to a piece by Dalia Haas, and it proposes the creation of a Center for Resilience, Well-Being, and Purpose in the Tijuana-San Diego region to support asylum seekers and so on. Please welcome Dalia to the stage.
If I gotta take control now, you know I can never wear you. Girl, my only fear is that one day you won't be here to hold me. If I gotta take control now, you know I can never wear you. No, you're not the only one who feels. Everybody gets down.
Okay, so long-form writing is nice, but sometimes it's also important to be concise, to cut through the noise, and to get to the point. So we have an award for a short-form piece of writing, which is a piece less than 1,500 words. And this year's short-form piece is an environmental justice brief produced by Red Flanders, explores the intersection of coastal erosion and limited lakefront access along northern Ohio's Lake Erie shoreline. All right, so finally, short form or long form, it's really important for good writing to find an audience. And so the final award is for the best published piece. And that's produced by a Kroc student. And this year's recipient, Sala Kurtz, wrote a piece that will be published in the Handbook on Humanitarian Crises in November and examines Iraq's deepening water crisis. And although it had nothing to do with this, I'll also just say that Sala was one of the best writers I've seen come through the program in many years.
If I gotta take control now, you know I can never wear you. Girl, my only fear is that one day you won't be here to hold me. If I gotta take control now, you know I can never wear you. No, you're not the only one who feels. Everybody gets down.
All right, so Topher has already told you about his many hats. Actually, starting next year, he's gonna be wearing one fewer, one less. I don't know, I'm a bad writer. He's not gonna have as many hats. So I want to introduce Steve Commons, who is the incoming program director for the MASHA program.
So first I want to thank Darren and Topher for having the confidence to invite this old gray head to do that, to thank Rachel Locke for introducing me to the program. I want to say that the words, particularly about humanitarian action, have struck me because it is more than doing good. It is working for justice. And about 50 years ago, I had the opportunity to travel with Dom Helder Camara, the Archbishop of Recife, and the constant thorn in the flesh of the Brazilian military government. And at one point, he was quoted as saying, "When I feed the hungry, they call me a saint. When I ask why they're hungry, they call me a communist." And I think that is a statement from this wonderful man about this tall, of great courage, whose residence was shot up and bombed and all kinds of other things, because he didn't live in the bishop's palace, he lived in the slums. And so I've always thought of him and the courage he brought at that time. The MASHA Academic Excellence Award is presented for a graduating MASHA student who has excelled in exceptional scholarship, leadership, and dedication to humanitarian principles. The student has excelled throughout their courses and has actively participated in all the engagement opportunities the program has offered. The student has demonstrated a profound understanding of humanitarian crises and exhibits outstanding academic performance, research, and essentially practical skills. I'm also very pleased to present the award because this is a student whose paper I had the chance to read. So when I was given this opportunity, I thought, I actually know what I'm talking about, which helps. So, Stella Desiree Bosch, please come up.
Such a weary soul, it's hard for me to rest my eyes. advice you give to me with your advice, you're so wise. What's on your mind, what's on your mind? Just hit my line, you know it's that time. Don't cry, baby, you'll survive. Everybody gets down. If I gotta take control, you know I can never weigh you. Girl, my only fear is that one day you won't be here to hold me. If I gotta take control, you know I can never.
Howdy, everyone. I'm Austin Troy Fitzpatrick, and it is my privilege and honor to introduce the awardees for the Best Portfolio Awards. Patricia Marquez mentioned this a moment ago. This is everybody's absolutely favorite class. It's not actually. That's what the laughter is about. And one of the reasons is because the class is tough in that it asks people to take the things that they've been doing here for the previous year, 2 years, for some of you 3 years, I'm not looking at any of you, to take that stuff and to synthesize it with a through line that they identify for themselves. And so what it doesn't do is say, well, here are the program here's what we've set out to do with you here. It asks, who did you find yourself to be along the way? Who did you meet along the way? What goals did you achieve? What new opportunities did you pursue? And then to find that through line through those classes for themselves. And that makes it hard, therefore, to find the best one. So I have the honor of saying who these awardees are. But what this is a challenge we invite everyone to rise to on their own, for their own reasons, according to that through line they've identified for themselves. So without further ado, more vamping from a professor, let's get to. So the first Best Portfolio Award goes to MAPJ's Sarah Kuhn. For Massey, Best Portfolio Award, first of two, goes to Caroline Feeney.
Say we can do it our way, and if love's just a game, then come and play.
My favorite thing about this is when folks come up going, wow, this is amazing. I love that look. You don't get to see it, I get to see it. We have one more Massey Best Portfolio Award, and it goes to Krista Selmacher. Y'all both want to come up?
Like a magnet on me. I don't care what they say, we can do it our way.
And the final Best Portfolio Award goes to CMR's Dahlia Haas.
I'm not as tall as some folks. Hi, everyone. I'm Brianna Mabi. I'm the Program Officer for Women, Peace, and Security in the Kroc Institute for Peace and Justice, and I have the pleasure of kicking off our Community Awards section. These awards recognize graduating students who have made outstanding contributions to the Kroc School community and beyond. Nominations for these awards come from self-nomination or from peers or from faculty, and they're decided upon by a selection committee. Our first community award is the Patricia Marquez Innovator Award, which is presented to a graduating student who has received recognition or shown promise outside of the classroom. These achievements come in the form of projects, competitions, or other forms of recognition, as well as applying classroom concepts from their specific areas of study. This award is intended to support creative and innovative endeavors that cross boundaries and disciplines. The award recipient has demonstrated excellence in their academic work and paraprofessional experiences and beyond. This year's recipient has demonstrated outstanding creativity and leadership by co-founding Nourish Our World Again, which is a social enterprise addressing food insecurity that was a semifinalist in the Fowler Global Social Innovation Challenge. Through her entrepreneurial spirit and tireless community engagement, from leading the Brunch Club to collaborating with Bayside Community Center and Lotus Sustainables, she has consistently applied classroom concepts to real-world impact, inspiring others and advancing innovative, cross-disciplinary solutions to food justice. Please help me in celebrating this year's recipient of the Patricia Marquez Social Innovator Award, Ramaya Mabry.
Hey everybody having fun so far? Congratulations so far, everybody. Okay, so I will present the next award, which is the John Patterson Humanitarian Promise Award. The John Patterson Humanitarian Promise Award is presented to a MASHA student who has exhibited dedication and capacity in the fields of humanitarianism. Through academic and professional accomplishments, this student demonstrates mastery of the integration of theory, practice, learning, and doing in a relationship of mutual improvement that is required by effective humanitarianism. Beyond academia, the student exemplifies leadership, advocates for impacted communities, and fosters collaboration in crisis-affected areas. This award recognizes their significant contributions to advancing peace, justice, and human rights, inspiring others to make meaningful change in the world. This year's recipient embodies the spirit of the John Patterson Humanitarian Promise through his unwavering commitment to humanitarian service in crisis zones around the world, including South Sudan, Liberia, Brazil, and the US, where he has supported displaced communities and advanced peace-building efforts. His integration of academic excellence, global fieldwork, and creative initiatives, such as co-founding the South Sudan Skate Federation and using photography to amplify stories of social good, demonstrates a deep, faith-driven dedication to justice, dignity, and lasting impact. Please join me in congratulating Gabrielle Richardson as this year's John Patterson Humanitarian Promise Award.
I'm a faculty here, and I have the honor of bestowing the Neshla Shurgi Civic Engagement Award Nezla Shurgi is a professor emeritus, as you heard, and while I read it, I'm actually going to ask her to come up, because how often does an award named after somebody, you get to be in the photo with the person? Sorry, Nezla. I did not tell her about this. All right, so the Nezla Shurgi Civic Engagement Award is presented to the graduating student who has exhibited quality contributions not only to the Kroc School, but outside the community. And given how much you all have to do, I don't know how you do this, but this student has gone above and beyond through donating their time, skills, energy to a cause that they are passionate about. The student prioritized time to serve those in need and left a lasting impression on their peers and the outside community. Are you going to come up, Nejla? Are you going to protest? Not seeing you walking. All right. All right. This year's recipient demonstrated bold and compassionate leadership in advocating for justice-impacted individuals and fostering community healing. As the co-founder of the SISU Freedom Foundation and organizer of USD's Criminal Justice and Recidivism event series, he created powerful spaces for dialogue, education, and action on issues of incarceration and re-entry. His unwavering dedication, both on and off campus, through mentorship, restorative justice work, and inclusive community building, exemplifies the spirit of service and transformational civic engagement that this award honors. So I am delighted to congratulate, and please join me in congratulating Ryan Shipley for his outstanding achievement.
Do you see why we are so inspired here in this school? Yeah. I knew we got you. We got you. You're coming here. Okay, I have two more acknowledgments to put out before I let you go to a well-deserved glass of wine that's waiting for you. First is the Joan B. Kroc Award. The Joan B. Kroc Award is presented to a graduating student who has exhibited quality contributions to the Kroc School community. This student has gone above and beyond and exerted an exceptional amount of effort to contribute to the student life experience here. This student is passionate. They are an embodiment of what it means to be a courageous change maker. Their actions have left a lasting impression not only on their peers, but also on the Kroc School community. This year's recipient truly reflects the spirit of the Joan B. Kroc Award. She is a principled, and her leadership is rooted in peace, justice, and community. She has shown time and again that she leads with care and integrity. She has advocated for her peers with thoughtfulness and strength, always ensuring that every student, regardless of background or perspective, feels heard, valued, and supported. Whether through her organizational work, her presence at university meetings, or her everyday interactions, she has gone above and beyond to foster a sense of belonging and empowerment among her fellow students. She doesn't just participate in the community, she actively shapes it. She finds creative and inclusive ways to foster a sense of belonging, ensuring that every student feels seen and welcome. From the start, she immersed herself fully in the life of the school. She has been instrumental in launching and leading intramural sports teams. Do you already know who I'm talking about? Let me finish anyway. She brings students together not only to play, but to bond, support one another, and celebrate shared interests. Her impact will be felt long after graduation, and she leaves a stronger, more united Kroc community because of her efforts. Please help me in congratulating Maria Jose Molina Sanchez Odell as this year's recipient of the Joan B. Kroc Award. Last but not least, you all know very well, but I want to take a moment just to introduce our colleague who is retiring this year, our own Professor Juan Roche. Juan, yes. Students, you know a lot of this already, but for family and friends who may not know, Juan got his PhD here at the University of San Diego. He has a 35-year career as a global C-level executive, consultant, board member, and more recently, of course, as an academic here. He has had P&L responsibility in the United States, Latin America, Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. His last corporate position was as CEO of Gruma Corporation, a $2 billion Mexican multinational company based in the United States. Previously, he was with Nabisco, first as president of Europe, the Middle East, and Africa, and later as president of Latin America. He calls himself a pracademic, as many of you know, and I think all of you, of course, know what skills and innovation and inspiration he has been in the classroom. I've only been here as dean 10 months, and he's already taught me a world of things that any executive seminar would have been jealous to have heard. I think the thing that I stick with most as I end this first year here is I've heard Juan say several times that you know, in a world of chickens, you want to be a penguin. And I think, you know, that sort of distinctiveness, innovation has really been so much the heart of our, not only our MASI program, but of our school. And Juan has really been a central pillar upholding all of the things that we value so much. It's been a true honor and privilege to work with him. The important thing is we're not letting him get away completely. He's going to be continuing with us in part, but he wants to spend a little more time with family and grandchildren and so on, which of course we can totally understand. But please join me in honoring and welcoming and saying thank you to our colleague, Juan Roche. Juan, this is something that the students themselves have put together for you to say thank you. So thank you on behalf of the school and our
Thank you
students.
so much. Thank you. Well, oh, this is this photo is fantastic. Well, thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. This might sound cliche, but it's not. This is totally unexpected. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, we had a small get together to say goodbye, and that was fantastic, and I thought that was the goodbye. So yes, this is totally unexpected. And I want to share something with you. As Darren said, I had a very long career in the C-suite of big multinational corporations. And 15 years ago, I realized that there has to be something more in life than having a good job, making a lot of money, traveling around the world, having a responsibility in many places. That you have to give back and that you have to contribute. And I was very concerned that in my business career, every time that I took a decision based only on the financials, the decisions tended to be really bad decisions. They might produce good financial results in the short term, but the financial returns in the long term tended to be bad, and the impact that had in society or the environment were not that good. So I said, you know what, I have to go back to school and I have to teach. At that time, that was my thought, business students about this, because nobody, when I was doing my MBA, told me this. So I decided to completely change my career. I quit it. I understood that if I wanted to teach, I had to get a PhD. And I came to USD to get my PhD precisely in leadership studies, that I thought was a great complement to my business background. And that was 15 years ago. And I have to tell you something. You probably, all of you, probably have plans in your heads right now on how your life is going to be, especially your professional life is going to be. And I'm going to tell you something. It's not going to be the way that you think it's going to be. I can assure you that. It's going to be much better. But it's not going to follow the line that you think is going to follow. It's going to take turns, and it's going to give you surprises. And it's going to open windows that you cannot even imagine right now that they're going to be open. And what I will recommend is that don't be afraid. If a window opens, like the window that opened to me 15 years ago, don't be afraid and take it. Because it's quite easy to go in life not taking risks, not unlearning what you have learned up to now and shifting what you have to do, because it's a lot more comfortable to do that. But if you are open to see where the good luck is going to come, and you're there waiting for it, and you catch it, then your professional life and your personal life, even more important, is going to be fantastic. So go for it, take risks, chase every opportunity that you have, grab it, and go for it. Thank you very much. I really appreciate this. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Juan. Well, that's a great way to end the evening. It just remains to me just to say a few thank yous. I want to thank all of our speakers, and I want to congratulate again all of our award recipients. Congratulations to our graduates. See you tomorrow morning. All right, good. Some quick points here, by the way. Graduates, stay in the theater for photos. Do not go away. But make sure before you leave tonight, we've got goodie bags for you, so make sure you grab those before you leave. The reception will be right out here in the Garden of the Sky out front. Make sure you grab those goodie bags. Families and loved ones, please make sure to join us in the rotunda for the reception afterwards as well. Some thank yous, first of all. Let's thank our faculty and staff at the school and at the Institute for Peace and Justice. Thank you. Some specific thank yous for tonight. I saw Tori, Ashley, Alejandrix, Daria, Kevin, Tony, Christina, Sarah Wu, Limley Soon. I saw all of you out there. Thanks to you for helping to bring this together. Francis, thank you. Hillary as well. Daria, I think I got you in there. Thank you. I want to give a special round of applause to Bianca Morales, who brought this whole evening together. And Arlene Pentikoff, is Arlene in the room? Where's Arlene? She's probably outside, still working. Arlene, thank you for all you did to bring this together tonight as well. Okay. Lastly, again, I want to thank all of you. I hope you walk away as inspired as we all are. You heard this incredible bond and connection you all have here tonight. Hold on to that. Keep it connected. Keep that fire alive in your heart that really brought you here and to keep you going. That'll keep, if you stay true to that, that's going to keep you going. Thank you so much to all of you, and thank you everyone for coming tonight. Stay for photos.
Sent to your phone, but I'm trying to kiss your lips for real. Oh, don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? See tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the wherever